Hello everyone, and welcome to Bat Giving, episode 8, on the 19th of May. Today's charity is the National Kidney Foundation. Today's song is Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through. Thanks for joining me. I hope it's going to be a lovely and amazing time. I know I said last week that we would use the first 5 minutes for a game where people would quiz me on lyrics. If you want to do that right now, I'm happy to look at random lyrics from any Jim song and try to guess what song it's from. However, we can also do that maybe in the last 5 minutes of this as well. And I think more people will be tuned in, and maybe Tim Harris, the person who suggested it, will be writing lyrics furiously and I can guess them. Anyway, one correction from last week. I said the song More Than You Deserve comes from some musical about Vietnam that Jim created and Meat was in. Turns out that the name of the show was also called More Than You Deserve. So, go figure. Now I've learned. Now I know for sure what the name of that musical was that Jim did at the Public Theater with Meatloaf. We have a couple of shout outs this week. First one is a shout out to Nicholas Singleton's son. This is something I chose. He's 10 years old. He loves Bat Out of Hell. Last week I was talking about how many pairs of socks I had. And Nicola shared with me that her son refuses to wear socks, but loves Bat Out of Hell. So one day he'll get there and he'll love socks as much as everyone else. Socks are, I guess, hygienic. I didn't actually realize that. But apparently Calvin Coolidge's son died from playing tennis, not wearing socks. And he got a blister in his shoe and then it got infected and then bad things happened. However, that's neither here nor there. That's another different story. Anyway, more shout outs. There's a shout out to Rebecca Joanne Ashley from Sheila Lazorski Berger. Shout out to you, Rebecca. There's also a happy birthday to Stephanie Chanet from Janina Chanet. She's turning 60 on the 23rd of May. Happy birthday, Stephanie. So we have a lot of song requests this week. Thank you so much for all the song requests. I love hearing all the songs that you guys love, and I also really, really love adding to my list of songs to sing and things to do. Someone said, I really love your hair. Yes, thank you. Yes, the hair continues to grow with these live streams, and the jokes get cleaner. Here we go. Okay, the song requests. One is from Aaron Kleimal. I said this last week. He wanted to hear Guns N' Roses. And then Susan D recommended November Rain. And I didn't know what November Rain was, which is foolish of me because I have heard it before. That's a song by Guns N' Roses. And I would love to cover that in the future. That's an amazing suggestion. Tracy Torrey wants to hear a sing-along with my mother. Maybe some week I'll get my mom in and we can sing together. Josh Elberg wants to hear Hot Patootie. It's a classic one. Luke Sampson really wants to hear Life is a Lemon. I love that one as well. Becky Columbia Chitka wants also to hear Objects. I was recommended this last week. And don't worry, it's on the list. She also wants to hear Los Angeluser. Stirpe Stirpe, I hope I'm saying your name right, would love Bad for Good. Ian Willisey also agrees he would love to hear Surf's Up. Sarah Cherry Parker also wants to hear Surf's Up. Karen Gibson would also love to hear Love Her for Both of Us, as well as Sarah Cherry Parker. Dave Inman wants to hear School's Out by Alice Cooper. I got a lot of Alice Cooper requests. Chrissy Chalowski would love to hear also Alice Cooper, I'm 18, or Poison. Anna Fernandez wants to hear Read 'Em and Weep. That's also a wonderful one, although I haven't listened to that in forever. Selma Abbey would love to hear Alone by Heart. That's super high because that's sung by a female. And also, Tragedy from Saturday Night Fever. I don't really know the musical too well, however, that seems really, really cool. So, obviously there are a lot of questions from last week. I will cover those after I talk about our charity for this week, and after I talk a little bit about the song and sing the song. So here we go. The National Kidney Foundation is the leading organization in the US dedicated to the awareness, prevention, and treatment of kidney disease. For hundreds of thousands of healthcare professionals, millions of patients and their families, and tens of millions of Americans at risk. The National Kidney Foundation is a lifeline for people affected by kidney disease and their families, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the transplant process has been hugely and immensely affected. This is an organization that I'm keen about and very, very passionate about because I've seen the toughest parts of kidney disease with my father, Don Polec. He suffers from kidney disease and he's lived through it and made it to the other side. He was on the waiting list for 7 years. He received a kidney transplant right before COVID-19 hit the US, and he's been on the road to recovery. And this all wouldn't have been possible without the National Kidney Foundation. So it's a dream come true to have my father coming back to health during this scary time. And here's to all the families that are dealing with kidney disease on top of the coronavirus pandemic. And it's wonderful that the National Kidney Foundation can help them as much as they help my family. So really, this is a huge thank you to the National Kidney Foundation and everyone else who is in need and needs a lot of help and assistance from them, because they really are a life-saving organization. And my dad is an amazing, wonderful human being who is also incredibly funny. If you go to Don Polec's World on Facebook, you can see all the fun videos that he does. He is a feature reporter on all things quirky and wonderful in the world. So, it was a dream come true for him to get his kidney. I want to sing Rock and Roll Dreams for you guys as a gift to you guys, because the beat is yours forever. I'm sending you so much positive energy that we keep the love going through this challenging time, and that your dreams come through and we all come together as a community. Again, whether you give and donate, whether you tune in and give your loving support to this community, whether you share this video with people that you love and share it with people who love Jim Steinman and Meatloaf, it's really all about keeping the conversation alive, keeping this community alive, and keeping the love out there. So really, thank you so much, guys. And without further ado, I'm going to be doing Rock and Roll Dreams with the wonderful, amazing Dave Manning for the National Kidney Foundation. And Dave Manning, obviously, is another one of our incredible pianists. He teaches virtual piano lessons and also virtual guitar lessons. I will post his email once again. It's AnningMay, no spam, at me.com or mac.com. You can hit him up and he will teach you all the ways of Steinman mastery, or any other kind of mastery with classical piano or guitar or anything. He's really, really amazing. So here we go, guys. Rock and Roll Dreams. Gosh, I thought I talked shorter this time. Okay, here we go. The beat is yours forever. The beat is always true. And when you really, really need it the most, that's when pieces of a broken heart. Think of how we lay down together. We'd be listening to the radio so loud and so strong. Every golden nugget coming like a gift of the gods. Someone must have blessed us when he gave us those songs. I treasure your love. I never wanna lose it. You've been through the fires of hell, and I know you got the ashes to prove it. I treasure your love. I wanna show you how to use it. You've been through a lot of pain in the dirt, and I know you got the scars to prove it. Remember everything that I told you, and I'm telling you again that it's true. You're never alone, 'cause you can put on the phones and let the drama tell your heart what to do. Keep on believing, and you'll discover, baby, the beat is yours forever. The beat is always true. And when you really, really need it the most, that's when rock and roll dreams come through. For you, the beat is yours forever. That's when rock and roll dreams come through. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Again, the wonderful Dave Manning. Amazingly handsome, and also an incredible musician who offers lessons. I hope there's some takers out there. He's a boatload of knowledge. I think Rock and Roll Dreams is a very, very special song. It was recorded both by Steinman singing it and also by Meat singing it. Steinman did it in 1981, Meat did it in 1994. And both versions were top 40 hits, which is remarkable. It's a song that lasts through the ages and is popular everywhere. It's a paean song. I had to look this word up. Paean means a celebratory ode to something, thanking something. And this is a celebratory ode to rock music, how it gets us through very, very troubling times. And I guess that's what we're doing every week with this Back Giving, providing rock and roll music to help us get through the toughest times and help us really, really get through and feel the love and know that we're all looking out for each other, because that is the most important part of, I think, life. It's all about love. In the show, this song mourned the death of Tink. And I think what was so wonderful about it is it was a mourning, hopeful song. It's something that you would do and sing when you really, really want to inspire hope in someone, despite there being such a tragedy. And I think Tink, in many ways, was the representation of Jim Steinman in that show. The feeling that even when you're trapped forever and being young, you still feel like an outsider even in your own group, because you didn't even freeze at the same exact age as everyone else. You weren't even 18, you were anywhere between 14 to 12. I couldn't help every night but feel the pain for Jim Steinman, always when he had the heartbreak in the show as Tank, and also when during a terrible accident he gets shot. I don't want to give any spoilers away. I hope you've all seen the show. However, my heart goes out to Jim, and I think this is a wonderful song that he wrote. So really, thank you so much, and thank you for supporting the National Kidney Foundation and for tuning in, like always, guys. I'm going to go back to some of the questions from last week. We have from Lori and Jim Stewart. What's that album in the background? That, my friends, is the full-length album version of Bat Out of Hell with Heaven Can Wait on the back. It is blood red, which is so, so cool. A wonderful fan, Elaine, gave it to me in the UK, and I got Meat to sign it. And I don't know, I think it's really, really cool. I've yet to play it on a record player because I don't want it to get damaged. Anyway, why would I say anywhere? Jeannie Ravel said she would love an album of Steinman songs sung by me. Any chance? I'll get to work on it. Katrina True asked, what version of For Crying Out Loud was that last week? Was it the original or the musical version? It was the musical version. I sang Raven's part, and I don't suggest that, singing Raven's part. Find a Raven and have her sing the part with you. I know Crying Out Loud was one of Meat's absolutely favorite songs. I also know that there's no music video for Crying Out Loud. And I also know he dreaded singing that song live because of the vocal Olympics that you had to do with that song. And I don't blame him. That is a tough, tough marathon of a song that just keeps on going and keeps on giving. So, there you go. Fiona Martin asked, will you do the Bat Music Tour? I don't know what's going on with the tours right now. As I've said before, I was supposed to go to Australia with the tour. Josephine Carr asked, what is stage blood? I mentioned stage blood last week. Stage blood is blood that was used in the show that isn't actually blood, and what it's actually made of is really, really thick. It feels like almost maple syrup. So maybe we get a big shipment from Canada somewhere, and you spray that on your chest, and it goes everywhere, and if it gets in your mouth, it tastes really, really sweet. However, you will find that everywhere throughout the weeks. You'll find it in places you never even knew you had. So there you go. I also know Josephine Carr. She's a wonderful person, and so is Andrew Carr. Carrie Donnelly asked, how do you control your breathing in between the verses? This was in reference to Crying Out Loud. It takes a lot of practice and also a lot of breath control to keep your ribs open and hold your breath when you're singing those long notes. I don't know. Many interesting kinds of techniques, and I could go into that with more detail if you want to DM me. Veronica Hodgson asked, were the roles in Bat Out of Hell specifically cast? Was Raven always a petite girl with dark hair? Was Zahara women of color casting? I don't know that answer. I would probably defer that to a casting director or Jay Scheib or Mike Reed. I think mostly people were looking for actors and performers who could sing the impossible singing stunts of Jim Steinman and Meat Loaf. And we had a wonderful cast, really. Every single person was and is so important. And for crying out loud, we love them. Graham Hellman asked, which Boo venue did you prefer? Okay, I am wearing the Mancunicorn shirt today. That is an ode to the Mancunians in Manchester. We began Bat Out of Hell in Manchester at the Manchester Opera House. And I have to say the Manchester Opera House and also the Coliseum, doing Bat Out of Hell in an opera house has been probably the best experience because you get to feel the acoustical energies of operas that have been in there in the past and fulfill Jim Steinman's dream of always wanting to have this show essentially be an opera, a rock opera. So, Manchester Opera House and Coliseum, I miss you guys. Those are really, really fun times. Jackie Boys asked, what hobbies do you have? My hobbies include writing music, and a newer one involves gardening. I'm not very good at it. However, I'm very, very interested in plants all of a sudden. Quarantine and pandemics can do very, very different and strange things for you. Go figure. Anyway, our last two questions. One was from Courtney Kennedy. What character should Meatloaf play in Bat Out of Hell? And I think that's a wonderful question. I know Meat used to joke, or maybe he was serious, that he really wanted to play Tink. You know, the 400-pound guy playing Tink in Bat Out of Hell the musical. And I think that would be absolutely hilarious. I don't know if that was actually ever the plan, though. I think Meatloaf would have been a perfect Falco. I think he is the perfect age, and obviously he really, really can nail the evil dictator, and he can also nail those songs. Obviously, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, What Part of My Body Hurts the Most, and also Who Needs the Young. So, cheers to you, mate. Hoping you'll be in the musical one day. So, those are all the questions that I have. I'm going to open it up to everyone, and we can see what else people are curious about in these wonderful, wonderful times. Yeah, I think this Mancunicorn is so cute, and I don't know. I miss Manchester today, obviously. Posting that picture with me, we were hanging out. I can't remember in front of what venue in Manchester, but it was on the main street, and I thought of that fondly. What is your favorite Meatloaf movie? Oh, my favorite Meatloaf movie is Fight Club. That's from Amber. Yeah, he's in Fight Club, and I think he's absolutely brilliant in that. He just does a wonderful job playing, oh my gosh, what was his name? Robert Paulson? Or Bob? Yeah. I guess my broadcast just got slightly shut down. Kathy Casper Bretz thinks Meat was great in Crazy in Alabama. I have never seen that, and I will have to check that out. I know he was in tons and tons of movies, and I guess I've only skimmed the surface. Carrie Donnelly asks, where's your fave holiday destination? My fave holiday destination? Oh, that's a tough one. It's probably the UK at this point. I miss it there right now, and it was a nice vacation at times. It really was an amazing time. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed. Selma Abbey asks, big dog, little dog, or no dog? I'm a fan of little dogs. I really like Bichon Frisés, and I really like Maltipus. Boring question. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. I'll answer that one next week. Sorry, whoever that was. Sometimes these things go so fast, and then other times they're manageable. Stuart Farrell says, I'll never forget February the 17th at the Manchester Opera House. Oh, yeah. That was insane. Was that the opening, or was that the first preview? Both nights were amazing. Getting a standing ovation after the first act. That was just unbelievable. So, what is the first place you're going to travel when the pandemic is over? Gosh, I haven't even thought that far ahead. How is Christina during this time? Christina's doing well. We really, really miss each other, and we catch up every day. And it is, a lot of FaceTime. Have you seen the Book of Mormon? What is your favorite song? Yeah, I've seen the Book of Mormon. I loved it. I think I have a favorite song. However, I can't remember the title, and I also think there's a lot of swearing in it. So, go figure. Okay, boring question, but what room are your videos in? Is it your own studio? This is actually a studio room. It's part of my parents' company, Sun Blossom Entertainment. They shoot other people in here when we're not going through pandemics or quarantines, and therefore, because the space was open and it's got a very large TV, I thought it would be a good place to do it. So yeah, I don't know. Check out Some Blossom Entertainment if you ever want videos made for you on the web. Check out Polec, and really thank you so much for donating and sharing your time and sharing this video for the National Kidney Foundation. I'm so grateful for all of you guys, and I think you are absolutely amazing. Next week, for sure, give me lyrics in these last 5 minutes, and I will try to guess what song they come from as far as the Jim Steinman and Meatloaf world, and that will be a for sure thing. So, yeah, keep it going. I love you guys tons, and I'll see you next week for episode 9. Take care.